It's mailbag time here at Chat Sports. All the questions coming in from our live audience. So if you want your questions on the show, go ahead and subscribe. That way you don't miss out in the future. Super chat now from Mike Dibble. Hey, Tom, hope you're having a good day. Thank you. I am, Mike. Hope you're having a good one, too. Any good free agents to help out the Browns before they face the Chiefs? I think at this point, most teams are not going to sign players. There's the adjustment player for the time for the playbook. What I think you will see is that teams will sign players after week 1 where veterans' contracts do not fully guarantee. That might make a bit more sense. Honestly, I like the Browns roster. I think they're in pretty good shape, barring injury, in terms of the guys out there versus the guys on their roster right now. From Caleb Edelman, Super Bowl winners for 2021. The Chiefs take down the Chiefs take down the Packers as the Aaron Rodgers revenge tour comes up just a little bit short. I don't mind the Bills. I don't mind the Browns out of the AFC. In the NFC, I don't think the Bucs make it back, but who knows? It's Tom Brady, and we should never, ever, ever bet against him.
All right, Tommy Chips. Looks like your caps are on. My caps button is broken. Oh, all right, fair enough. Love the show. Should the Brown sign Gareon Conley? So should the Cleveland Browns go out and sign Gareon Conley? I mean, I guess if you look at the Browns defense and say, all right, maybe their biggest weakness is at the cornerback position, but I mean, this is a team that's pretty solid from top to bottom. I'm going to go ahead and say no, I wouldn't sign Gareon Conley simply because, I mean, go back and look at that ankle injury. He suffered an ankle injury in 2020, and even before that, he wasn't good with the Raiders. He wasn't good with the Houston Texans, so I'm going to go ahead and say no. I don't think the Browns should go ahead and bring in Gareon Conley. Now, if you find yourself looking for the latest NFL news and rumors, if you're like, man, I wish there was a YouTube channel where I could find NFL videos every single day, and if that channel could also be live and interactive, well, shit, you're in the right place. Go ahead, hit that big red button that says subscribe. That way you can know more than your buddies about the NFL. We got Tom Downey's actual account. Who will be the first head coach to not last this season? So basically the first head coach that's going to end up getting fired. Great question. Oh boy, I'm going to go ahead and say there's a part of me that wonders if Matt Nagy would be on that list, where I don't know if the scenario is the Bears are just absolutely just terrible. That could be a scenario. You know what? I'm going to go that route there. That's going to be my route. Matt Nagy. Noah Dye, will Matthew Stafford be Offensive Player of the Year? You know, it's really hard to be able to predict the future, but if there is one thing I can confidently say, no, Matthew Stafford is not going to win Offensive Player of the Year. I just can't imagine a world where that happens. What up, Panif? Appreciate the question. Who will be Rookie of the Year? Trey Lance, Mac Jones, Zach Wilson? Who will win Defensive Rookie of the Year? In terms of the Offensive Rookie of the Year, I'm going to go ahead and probably just put my money on Trevor Lawrence. It's not the most entertaining way to do it, but I'm probably also going to say Zach Wilson has a chance. Mac Jones obviously does, but Trevor Lawrence is going to go ahead and be my pick. And then in terms of being Defensive Rookie of the Year, it's a pretty good question. Marshall just said Merrick in my ear. No, I mean, the issue is that there weren't a lot of super talented players drafted all that high at the defensive position. Usually, a defensive end wins it. Jalen Phillips is obviously drafted pretty high. Patrick Surtain's a name to throw out there. Jalen Horn is a name to throw out there. So, J.C. Horn, excuse me. But I guess I'm going to go ahead and say Patrick Surtain. Anish, what NFL team that didn't make the playoffs last year will make it this year? And what team that made the playoffs last year will miss the playoffs this year? Okay, fair enough. I'm going to go ahead and say, I mean, a sneaky team could be the 49ers. If that quarterback room can just be decent, that could be a team that ends up making it. And then a team that made the playoffs that I don't think makes it this year is the Indianapolis Colts. I just don't have a lot of confidence in Carson Wentz. Also, a lot of injuries to that offensive line. They're going to not have T.Y. Hilton for a little bit. So making the playoffs could be the 49ers. Missing the playoffs, I'm going to go ahead and say the Indianapolis Colts. What NFL team will surprise people when nobody believes in them? So a surprise NFL team that nobody believes in. I don't know if the Patriots are on that list, but I could see that defense being super legit. I might just be saying this because I'm a Raider fan, but I also think the Broncos could also be a big-time surprise team with Teddy Bridgewater. The Washington football team, yes, they won the division, but they were 7-9 last year. And then, I don't know if the 49ers are up there, but that defense is scary, scary good. What up, Noah? Who do you think will be comeback player of the year? It's Dak Prescott, and if I had to say, all right, I can't pick Dak Prescott, maybe I go with somebody like Christian McCaffrey, maybe, I don't know, Saquon Barkley as well. Alize, rank your top 5 running backs this year. I'm going to go ahead and say, actually, before I get this one in, use hashtag NFL or Super Chat to get your questions on the show. My top 5 running backs probably are some orders: Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara. And then if you're just talking about talent, I think Barkley deserves to be up there, but I'm going to go ahead and say Nick Chubb. Now, if you guys want to go ahead and give me a follow on Instagram, you can do it at MitchellRenz365. If you want to see Marshall Green's Nick Chubb, go ahead and give him a follow on his OnlyFans at MarshallGreen_. If I missed your question here on today's show, seriously, hit me up. We're always taking questions. But if you want to follow Marshall on Twitter, it's a lot better than going ahead and submitting money to his OnlyFans. Either way, it's at MarshallGreen_.